Hey everyone, welcome back.
Welcome back. Hopefully, you guys are having a good week so far. Thanksgiving's coming up, so for Americans,
Turkey Day.
I hope everyone's getting in gear for that. And then after Thanksgiving, it's officially Christmas. Officially Christmas season.
Yes, can't wait for that.
Even though radio stations have been playing Christmas music on the radio since
after Halloween,
like literally the day of Halloween.
They're out of control.
So what we're going to talk about today, we are going to talk about two things kind of together. They're not really related necessarily, but it's a good old-fashioned Kristen Tobin video. What can I say? Okay, so we're going to talk a little about, well, I will say something very major has just come out about Rory Dames, which is the coach of the former coach of the Chicago Red Stars. As we know, his team just played for the championships, but some information has come out, and Kristen Press is one of the people in the forefront of that story. And it's a very serious story, and we will talk about that. I think we'll talk about that in one of the next videos. But she, like always, very brave. She made some statements, and it's again, I don't know how to say this again. Rory Dames always gave me a creepy vibe. Always, right? Like Paul Riley always just gave me a creepy vibe.
Yeah, I'm sorry. They got to clean house completely.
I think that's what they're doing. Record that, but check that video. So that's another situation that's going on with Kristen. But we're actually going to talk about something that this is a happy video. It's a positive video. If we remember, back in September, Kristen came out with a statement talking about, well, I'll put it on the screen right here. It's this picture where right here, and she talked about that she was doing a solo backpacking trip to El Camino, and that's major. First of all, that's major to do that. It's in Spain, and if I still have the picture, I'll put it up. It's a bunch of different trails you can do. Some are like a month long, some are like a few days, some's 1 day long, and it's a very how do you say that, like intense, spiritually. Yeah. She came out in September saying that was her plan. She also kind of talked about taking some time off the national team because just soccer in general. She needed to recoup. A lot was going on. Recharge, healing going on. So that's what we knew. We didn't know when she was going to do it. She never said she's doing it this week or next week or the week after. She never said how long she was going to do it. But, after about a month or two went on and she never really talked about it, I kind of thought she probably maybe will never share the experience or kind of talk about it. I thought maybe she would just do it at her own time, maybe not ever talk about it because it is very personal and whatnot. But so I thought maybe we would never know when she actually did it. That was kind of my thought. We would never actually know. But as we see on December, when did she post this? Yesterday? She posted this and she officially shared that she had done the trip. I'm going to have Sarah read the message she posted, and then we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to see someone left a certain comment.
Okay. Galicia, Spain, September 2021. This is me during the 5 days I walked 121 kilometers on El Camino de Santiago by myself. The trip was simple. I just got up every day and walked, and now I get to call myself a pilgrim. In its profound and ironic simplicity, El Camino taught me that it doesn't take a getaway or a stunning destination or some hardcore spiritual cleansing to make time for myself and better myself. I can do it any day and anywhere with a mindful step. Walking mindfully is one of my favorite things. Each step is an act of resistance. Each step is a revolution against busyness. Each mindful step says, I don't want to run anymore. I want to stop. I want to live my life. I don't want to miss the wonders of life. TNH.
Yeah, it's very powerful. What she says is very powerful. What the message that she is conveying is very powerful. And I think it's so nice to kind of just read that message and really just intake what she's saying, because it really is true. And her saying that, is she sharing that with us, with her followers? That really is true. Every step is
very intimate,
very powerful. So I think that's so awesome. And it says she walked about 120 kilometers. Apparently is like 75 miles. She walked in 5 days. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of walking.
Her sharing this with the people she follows, I think means a lot. And it means a lot to just have those ideas put in your head if you've never really thought of it in that way. Then she posted that. I mean, someone left a little comment underneath, and a comment that we can all agree with, I would say. Tobin left a comment, and she doesn't comment on Kristen's stuff a lot, but she commented and she said, "You're the coolest, like ever." And that's how I always spell you are. I always do your.
That is the internet way of doing it.
Oh yeah, and
the slang way.
But she put you're the coolest like ever, and so that's pretty awesome.
That is true. She's like the coolest ever.
She is, and she's someone who does things her own way. Kristen, so does Tobin. So I mean, that's why they make such a good match, is because they really do things. They don't necessarily go by what other people are doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of the girls on the U.S. national team are like that. You don't become that successful by just going with trends. You know what I mean?
I mean, we all saw what Carly Lloyd did.
Exactly. Everyone who is successful in that way has their own way of thinking. So I thought that was really cool. I thought that was very special of her to share that she competed it all the way back in September. So she posted that first picture in September, like the September 17th. She might have already done it by then, or she already did it by then, that next week. So the speculation is like, was she going to do it? When was she going to? It's getting pretty cold outside. So she did it.
Cold in Spain?
I don't know. It's a good question. Any Spaniards? Is it cold there? Ever? Because Sarah's Mexican, and she tells me it does not really get cold in Mexico. Is that true?
No, it doesn't. No.
It's very hot there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know about Spain. I'm thinking it must have some type of chilly season, especially in the mountains. I think in the mountains. And I read that the path she went on was a very flat path, so that was good for. It wasn't very dangerous. So we're talking about Kristen in this video. Tobin left a cool comment, but I want to talk a little bit about Tobin because, as we know, Tobin, she's been injured. And her injury has been, I think, somewhat under wraps because we just don't know what's going on. Last video we did, we talked about that she hadn't played in 5 games since her very, very minor injury was announced. Would you think a very, very minor injury would last 5 games?
No, I think that's pretty sus.
Exactly.
So something's going on.
A little more information came out, and it said that it was I'll put the comment that we had in the past up. But she had played Man United last Sunday, and the idea was she going to play last game Man United? Not only did she not play again, she was not on the sub list, and not only are people, I guess, annoyed, concerned, it's kind of like they're making sure it's in the comments saying, where is Tobin? So I'm going to read some of these quotes that we have about where Tobin is, what's going on, because there are 2 really, really important games coming up. There's the FA Cup final against Chelsea at Wembley, and then there is the game against Barcelona on December 9th. That is a Champions League game. That is a very big game. Will we see her then? And why is it so secret, it seems like? So I'm going to have Sarah read these quotes.
Edival says a small injury is keeping Heath out, trying not to push too hard on it. On Tobin Heath, Jonas Edival says that they are making sure to get it right and not rush her back so that she can be back after the international break.
Okay, so the international break is happening this week.
On Tobin Heath's injury, it's still not quite right. I know I said a few weeks ago it was a small injury, and we probably tried to progress on it too early, and we had to take a step back, and we decided not to push forward on it too quickly. We need to ensure that we get it properly right.
Okay.
On whether Tobin Heath will be fit for the final, for the cup final on December 5th, I hope so. Tobin is staying home and not joining up with her national team. That's a decision we have made to get her right.
Okay, so it kind of talks a little. That's an interesting quote. The quote almost sounds like it was Jonas's direction why she didn't end up going to Australia or not. The wording of that is very strange. It's almost like it was because he didn't want her to go to Australia. That's why she wasn't. Just the way he said it. I don't know if it was like a communication thing where it just came off differently than what he really meant. That was a strange comment. Is it like they thought it was small, then they realized it was worse? They had x-rays, or Tobin just didn't feel right on it, or they just really just keeping it under wraps, so we just don't know. I don't know.
Maybe they're being cautious, a little too cautious.
Yeah.
But yeah, who knows what's actually going on.
Because I know a lot of times athletes are rushed back too quickly. We know that,
Oh, yeah.
And that's one of the things about Leah Williamson's injury. It's kind of like, you don't want to rush her back too quickly, then she'll just get re-injured again. She definitely is not playing these upcoming games this month. Yeah. But hopefully we see Tobin at the FA Final Cup and the Champions League on December 9th because those are big games. And we want to see her play. Obviously, she probably won't start those games because she's coming back from injury. Yeah. But to see her playing, do you guys as Arsenal fans, does it annoy you the way the coaches kind of keep these injuries under wraps, or do you understand it? Because I always take this back to American football or baseball. It seems like it's more transparent than it is in soccer, especially like women's soccer. I wonder why. You know what I mean? Why is it so hush hush?
Yeah, it's like I get it.
Yeah, because I mean, the thing is, when we don't see these people playing, our favorite players playing on Sunday or whatever, we worry. We're like, we expect to see them playing or even on the sub list on that day, and they're not. And then it's just, you worry. If you maybe I'll even play some of the comments. People are just worried. Is she okay?
Yeah.
And I'm sure she's not even allowed, even if she wanted to say what was going on, I'm sure she's not even allowed to say what is going on. But actually, at the end of the day, we just want her to get healthy. That's the number one thing. No matter all this other stuff, it doesn't really matter. Just getting healthy is the number one thing.
Exactly.
So what do you guys think? Are you excited? Was it sweet to see Kristen posting that she did her the El Camino? Like I said, I didn't think we're necessarily ever going to have confirmation that she did it. And what about Tobin's injury? Are you a little bit worried, skeptical, concerned? And do you like the way Jonas communicates that to the fans?
No.
Also, that cute message Tobin left,
You're the coolest.
You're the coolest. She really is.
Like, there.
Kristen's cooler than Tobin now.
Yeah, I always thought that. What? No, I'm just
kidding. She's cooler than Tobin. What do you guys think? Questions, comments down below. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.